Dear me, this letter is for the version of you who stayed, not because staying was easy, and not because it was always right, but because walking away felt heavier than carrying what you already knew. I see you. I see the way you learned to move through days on autopilot, getting up, showing up, doing what needed to be done, even when something inside you was quietly asking for rest. You carried responsibilities that were never officially yours, yet somehow became yours to manage. You learned how to be dependable before you learned how to be gentle with yourself. You stayed when conversations went unfinished, when apologies never came, when closure became something you learned to live without. You stayed when silence filled rooms, when your voice softened, so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable, when you swallowed words, because peace felt safer than honesty. You stayed during seasons that asked too much of you, when you were expected to be patient, understanding, accommodating, even while you were slowly emptying yourself. And still, you showed up. Not loudly, not dramatically, but consistently. You learned how to survive without witnesses, how to keep going without reassurance, how to be strong without being seen. No one told you that endurance has a weight, that holding everything together leaves fingerprints on the soul. That being the strong one can become a quiet kind of loneliness. This letter is not here to question your choices. It is here to acknowledge the cost. You didn't stay because you didn't know better. You stayed because you believed in people, in time, in the possibility that things could soften, that effort would eventually be met, that love would learn how to hold you back. That belief was not foolish, it was human. But hear this now. Staying does not have to be your permanent identity. You do not owe your strength to every situation that demands it. You do not have to keep carrying weight just because your hands learned how. You are allowed to rest without guilt. You are allowed to choose ease without explaining yourself. You are allowed to step back without proving that you tried hard enough. Staying kept you alive then. It gave you time. It gave you lessons you couldn't have learned otherwise. But you are not required to stay everywhere forever. This letter is not an ending. It is a recognition of the woman who stayed when leaving felt impossible, of the resilience that lived quietly inside ordinary days, of the strength that never needed to announce itself to be real. You were never invisible, even when it felt that way, even when no one said thank you, even when the world took your steadiness for granted. I see you now, and this time. You don't have to hold everything alone. You don't have to be the anchor in every storm. You can be the one who sets things down. With gratitude, with tenderness, with deep respect. I choose you still.